G'day guys, welcome back. Welcome to Pouring Your Heart Out. I'm going to use my Love mold again to make hopefully one of these gorgeous pieces. Now these are Petries. If you don't know what Petries are, you put clear resin down, you drop inks in, and you get little effects. And depending on how much sort of white sinker you add will determine how high or low, when you've turned it over, the colors drop down. So these are just not very sort of deep, they haven't moved a lot, but they're really pretty colors. This one had quite a bit of white in it, so you can see there the sides have dropped along, well, the whole thing's dropped, but you can see on the sides there where it's dropped down. Looks really cool. And if you put a little bit too much white in, you get those little blobbies because it's hitting the bottom of the mold. I'm still experimenting with how much white to use. So anyway, we're just going to do some little experiments. Now this one here, I used a thinner resin and I got some really nice effects and no kind of blobbies on top. So I will do that one. I'll do it in here. I actually forgot to mix that one up, but we're going to try this one today. This one is going to be the Resin Fast Cure, 4-hour Fast Cure. So that's going to go into this one. I'm just going to spray it first just to help prevent any little bubbles. Now each one takes about 50 grams of resin. And you know, you can just do one at a time, or you could mix up more and do more. I think that'd be really cute also with you know, seashells and sand as a top layer, and just something cute to put on your bookshelf, your desk at work. Actually, maybe it needed a bit more, maybe 60. So 2 ounces probably needed to be. All right. I'm going to give that a bit of a spray. Actually, no, I won't spray it. I'll give it a bit of a torch, just to sort of try and get some of those bubbles to come up. All right. So what I'm going to use for this one, I'm actually not going to use the traditional Pinata white alcohol ink as a sinker. I'm going to use these. Now I've got a whole set of colors, but I've just picked these ones. They are the Resin Opaque alcohol ink, purple, yellow, raspberry, and cobalt blue. So we need to give those a really good shake up because the pigments usually sits on the bottom and then the rest is alcohol ink. So give them a really good shake up while your resin is sitting there. What was that one? That one had Pinata in it as well. So sometimes I just use alcohol inks and the Pinata white alcohol ink, and then this one here was just the opaque alcohol inks because, you know, they've already got white in them. So all right, let's do this. I'll put the lids above so I know who's who in the zoo. I don't mix anybody up. Okay, so it's just a matter of starting to drop some color in. Just want to see how it's going to spread before I add too much. Some colors obviously look as if they're spreading more than others. But yeah, you can put as many colors or as few colors as you want. Do a little bit of purple in the middle there, and oops, yes, let's do some more purple. So where the alcohol ink sort of moves like that, I'm going to go in and put another drop because it's moved. And that's the only issue I think with doing this sort of thing, because resin notoriously wants to cure from the outside. Everything wants to move. So you may find that, you know, you'll get some little empty parts like that where the yellow's moved. So I'm just going to go and put another couple of drops in. We're just going to keep an eye on it and add a few more drops as needed. So I'm just going to let that settle for a minute or so, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to do another layer over everything. Like I said, we're not going to add any white to this one. There will be more experiments coming, don't worry. We'll do different resins. This is quite a thick resin, and the thickness of the resin will also determine like how far down your color is going to drop. I personally really like the look of where it's dropped like that, but then you look at this and like that's really pretty as well, isn't it? Look, little tiny little effects going on in there. That one was just ink with Pinata, and I write on the back what resin I used and what white I used, but that one hasn't really dropped very much. So it just depends on what look you're after. All right, let's go in and do another layer on the pink. And purple. You can see the purple spreading much more. Look at the yellow. The purple's taken over the yellow. I'm going to have to put it back. So basically just giving that yellow a nice covering. Obviously the yellow's maybe not as strong as the other colours. Go in with the blue just over the top of the other blue. Did I already do pink? Can't remember now. Maybe. So yeah, look, you can do 2 or 3 layers. You can experiment with how many layers you want to do. I would probably suggest that you only sort of do one at a time, like one piece at a time, just until you sort of work out how many layers you need. Now I can't remember what I'm doing. I can't remember. Oh gosh. I'm going to do more yellow because the yellow seems to be getting eaten up by the other colours. A little bit more pink. And then I'm just going to leave that like so. It's blue. Alright, I guess I'll come back in a little while. I will check it probably in 10 minutes or so, and if I notice that one of the colors is kind of pulled away and it's got a blank little bald area, I'll just add a little bit more ink, but we'll just see how that goes. Cover it with something so you don't get a fly in it, and I'll see you for the unmolding. Right, I think it is ready. Still feels a little bit soft on the edges, but I may have used a bit much ink. I did that the other day. Right, let's just see if we can get him out. Yep, there we go. Pop, release the suction there. Okay. All right. Gosh, I hope it works. The ink does stain the mold, but it's just stained the mold. It's not going to affect the next resin piece that you make. Let's move all these out of the way. Do you think it's worked? Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Okay. I want to look, but I don't, in case it didn't work. All right, let's turn it this way. Then I can hopefully have the L where it's supposed to be. Ooh, 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 ooh. I can see little bits. can see little bits. Well, those look a little bit muddy. It's my purple there with the yellow. All right, let's just do this, okay? Deep breath, here we go. Oh, look. It's the yellow. You know how I put that extra yellow on? Look at the sides. They look really pretty. But yeah, I did put extra yellow in because I was worried about the yellow disappearing. But that's really pretty. See how there? You can see on the side. I don't know if you can see. Can you see on the sides there? I'm looking through my screen, but it's just a bit black. I can't really see much through it. So there you go. Petries. Dendrils. Dendrites. I don't know what they're called. So there we go. There's that one. Similar to that one, I guess. What was that one? That one had some white in there as well. Didn't video that one. So anyway, there it is. The purple didn't look as if it had dropped as much. The purple really spread, didn't it? It did. But the yellow certainly has dropped. The yellow must have more white in it than the purple because the purple sort of stayed down there, whereas the yellow has dropped. I guess each colour has a different sort of opacity. Obviously the yellow's got more white in it to lighten it. So there it is. Okay, well, hope you've enjoyed the video. We're learning about Petries as we go along. And next time I will use, I'll write on the back what I used for this one. And then next time I'll use a different resin. So this was the Fast Cure. All right. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. And we'll do it again and I'll use a different resin. Okay. Take care, guys. Bye for now.